Meghan Markle's back with more mistruths and a lot of buzzwords as she attempts to justify, as ever, at the Fortune Most Powerful Women Summit. Let's do this. Welcome to Popcorn Palace. I'm Andy Signor. Man, a lot of you are back for part two. You're a glutton for punishment, I guess. Let's get straight into it. If you missed part one, go check it out. It's up here to remind you. But let's get into it, shall we? Here we go. More torturous interviews with Miss Meghan Markle.
I think it's so hard, the whole online experience. And we were talking also backstage about a study that I don't know how many of you saw this in the FT over the weekend. They were showing have we possibly reached peak social media as of 2022. And there's definitely charts that show, yes, engagement time across social platforms has gone down, and it's being led by younger generations. And so I think that's like a really interesting trend to pick up on. And as a print publication at our heart, I'm very encouraged by the trend of going a little bit back. And I'm curious what you think about other formats that are not digital. Have you considered a cookbook? Could we expect that in the future? Maybe a magazine? What do you think?
Oh my God, who's making magazines? Please tell me in the comments the last time you bought a magazine.
I love paper. And I really love, again, the sentimentality of what happens. We all have those cards or issues of a magazine that you have held on to for so long for whatever reason. And so from my standpoint, if there's ways to really hearken back to a time where things were slowed down a little bit, whether that's in a limited edition, and yes, of course, digital is how people are consuming media, but I do think we can start new trends, and I love a classic. I love things that are...
I love a classic. A cookbook is now a classic. Just make a damn cookbook. The reason she's not making a cookbook is because no one's paying her to do it. You don't think she would have done one? Duh. Netflix doesn't want to sell books.
Dare I say vintage inspired, but for our kids, they would think a magazine probably feels a bit vintage. You know, I do think there's something incredible about a handwritten note. I would love to be able to combine all of my loves that really are a little bit more old school into that type of forum. So I would say never say never.
That's great. Well, if we can help you with that, please let us know.
Yes, I know who to call.
So I'm curious, now that you have numerous businesses and ventures under your belt, and you're obviously still in the thick of it, what have...
She has one business, lady. One business that's not doing that amazingly. Let's keep it honest.
What have you learned about yourself as a leader and as a CEO?
Thank you.
Thank you for calling me CEO, because, you know, I earned it because I married a prince and got Netflix money to start this up and take my time and do whatever I want with no accountability. It's so hard being a businesswoman, you know?
You know, it's been incredible because when I was on Suits, that was my last time really in a position with a very large team. We had a crew of 200 people. And I worked...
Literally, the royal family probably has more than that, does it not? She just cannot go through an interview without mentioning Suits.
On the show for 7 years, and I
7 years. She worked on the show for 7 years.
I love that experience and the culture that's on set as well.
But I gave it all up for Harry. Why aren't you acting then, you liar?
And so I think being able to now have my own business, it's very different than being on set.
There's no similarity at all. What is this answer? This woman is just blah, 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 word salading.
And even the set for With Love Meghan, that's a crew of 80 people. It's still a very large crew.
That's insane. What a waste of money. 80 people on set to make that travesty of a show? That's in a small house? Oh my God, the waste.
But for my business, I've been very decisive about having a lean team. I think you want to have a great soundboard of people that are with you and with varied points of view. You want someone who's going to push back. You want someone who...
Who believes she wants someone who can push back? Who believes that?
Who's going to be so creative and savvy in a space that might not be my skill set. So I love creating that culture, having that camaraderie with my team, and playing and being curious. Constantly just pushing the envelope to ask the questions of how can we show up in a way that truly indicates that we are putting care into every detail.
And how do you decide what you lean into as a CEO? It's a small team. It's like 10 people?
Less than, yes.
Less than
for the tight team, yes, of course.
And so how do you decide where
It's saving a lot of money that way, I'm
you're
guessing.
going to show up in those moments? Because I know you love detail and you want to be in charge of a lot. So how do you do that?
It's a nice little dig. You like detail. You're totally anal retentive. You're annoying.
Well, I think you have to work as a team. You're only as solid as the rest of the people around you. And also, I want the life-work balance, if such a thing exists. You know, I'm
It doesn't. For real, billionaires, founders, there's no work-life balance. You're always on. It's just part of it. To build something, especially, then maybe eventually you can get there where you can sit back. But most people, millionaires, billionaires, real business people, they don't have a good work-life balance.
still going to go and chaperone the first grade field trip.
That is such a luxury, girl. That is such a luxury. You're starting a business and you can go to your field trips. This just disgusts me, this entitlement she has that this is so not normal.
And then run back and try to finish the meetings. I love the creative part, which I think I've touched on quite a bit. And the brand is an extension of my aesthetic. But it's more than that. The operational side is so key. And I am constantly looking at ways in which how do we adjust our margins? What does our spend look like? Really going through P&L.
Like actual business things. So what do you want, a round of applause, lady?
So I think from my standpoint, it's really all of it holistically. And I don't think there's any founder in year one that would say something differently. Not if they had the ambition to scale in the way that I do.
Yeah, no, they would probably wouldn't have time to go to the recitals and things like you do. Most would be like, Meghan, you are very lucky.
And for final question, I know financial independence has always been important to you.
Yep,
and
she makes that quite clear.
That it's the most empowering thing. I agree. And I think all the women in this room who are incredibly hardworking, every job is hard, but these career women also would agree. How do you think about that? Because you had a whole career very successful before you got married. You're having a whole other career now. What's the importance of financial independence to you?
Well, financial independence is what gives you the freedom of choice.
In case I want to leave my husband. Got to take all his money and then be able to make more of my own money. Otherwise, I can't leave.
And I think in this day and age, we all need to be able to have our autonomy. That is a huge element of that. Financial literacy, for that reason, is something that I spend a lot of time on, specifically for young girls and their empowerment. And I think as women, especially in a room like this, we can all probably agree that as women, when we're supporting each other for all of these elements that might not necessarily be the ones that people want to hear us talk about, there's nothing taboo. Doesn't need to be anything taboo about talking about our financial independence or our independence overall. And as women, when we support each other, we are not simply supporting each other's lives, we're supporting each other's legacies. And that's the piece that's so powerful. When I'm supporting or investing in another female founder, I am investing in what she is going to do for the culture, for her business, the legacy she's going to leave, how that brand, if it's a CPG brand, is going to show up in people's homes. So it is all fundamentally important, and I don't think it's a conversation we should shy away from. I think it's one that we should really embrace together.
Thank you, Meghan, Duchess of Sussex.
Thanks,
Such an honor to have you with us today.
Thanks for having me.
Such an honor.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great time. Thank you.
Such an honor to have this 15-minute conversation with a bunch of word salad buzzwords. Bye, everybody. I find it so irritating how entitled she is. Look, do your thing. I don't care. Get your bag, whatever. You married the prince. Now you have that luxury. But this taking her around on this victory tour and as the expert and all this stuff is just so annoying to me. You're not anything yet. Go build something on your own and then go around and do the tour. It's something we can actually talk about. She's constantly needing press as she's starting this thing, which is literally her only way to get press to promote this thing. And it's like, that's typically not how it works. You should be putting all your energy in instead of doing an hour-long interviews and that, go focus on your business. Get more stuff ready to go. Make the damn cookbook, which could be out there as well, helping promote the brand. I find it all so frustrating watching her and her need to always get attention and do this thing and inspire when it's like, girl, no one else is going to be able to marry a prince like you and get that kind of financial independence so easily. it's a joke. It's so frustrating that she's supposed to be like the pinnacle for women working hard because she was on a TV show. She was a Deal or No Deal model, scored a TV show where she banged all the guys on the show, which then got a second life on Netflix, and now she's proud of it. And that's now because that and marrying a prince, she's able to become this Duchess. Oh, she's so special. I'm so over it. I'm so over it. Am I alone? Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for all alerts, smash that thumbs up as well. How frustrating was that interview for you? I want to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. Stay tuned. Thank you for watching. If you watched both parts, tell me you watched both parts in the comments. Stay tuned. We got a lot more coming here on Popcorn Palace.